They say power is transient, and if you ever needed proof, just look at what happened at the Federal High Court in Abuja yesterday. The man who was once the most powerful law officer in Nigeria, the former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, was nearly caught in a crossfire between two government agencies that are supposed to be on the same side. You saw the headline, Malami nearly killed, and while that might sound like a movie title, the tension in that courtroom was explosive. We are talking about EFCC operatives and Nigerian Correctional Service (NCoS) officers facing off, shouting and dragging authority over who gets to take Malami away. It was a show of shame, a display of force, and it happened right in front of the judge. We are going to take you inside that courtroom to break down exactly what triggered this clash. We will look at why the EFCC and the prison service were ready to gun down each other, metaphorically or literally, over the custody of Malami, his wife, and his son. We will also dive into the 8.7 billion naira money laundering charges that have landed the former AGF in Kuje Prison and why this trial is shaping up to be the biggest legal drama of 2026. If you want to know the full story behind this clash of titans and what it means for Malami's fate on January 7th, please do me a massive favor and smash that like button right now. It helps us push this video to more Nigerians who deserve to know the truth. And if you are not yet a subscriber, click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. You need to be here as we follow every twist in this high-profile case. Let's set the scene. It was yesterday, January 2nd, 2026. Abubakar Malami, his wife Bashir Asabe, and his son Abubakar Abdulaziz were back in court for their bail hearing. Remember, they had been arraigned just days before on a 16-count charge bordering on money laundering, conspiracy, and concealing proceeds of crime, amounting to over 8 billion naira. Justice Emeka Nwite had remanded them in Kuje Correctional Center, and Friday was supposed to be the day they argued for their temporary freedom. But instead of a smooth legal process, we got a security showdown. According to reports from the court premises, trouble started when the proceedings ended. Judge Nwite adjourned the ruling on the bail application to Wednesday, January 7th. This meant Malami and his family had to go back to Kuje Prison. This is where the drama began. Operatives of the EFCC and officials of the NCoS reportedly clashed over who should take charge of the security and transportation of the defendant. Witnesses described a chaotic scene where voices were raised and threats were exchanged. It was a power struggle. The EFCC, who are prosecuting, wanted to maintain a tight grip, perhaps ensuring no funny business happened, while the NCoS argued that since the defendants were remanded in their custody by the court, they were the ones in charge. This isn't the first time we are seeing this kind of madness. We saw it with Godwin Emefiele, we saw it with Yaya Bello, and now we are seeing it with Malami. It seems to be a recurring pattern where security agencies turn the temple of justice into a wrestling ring. While the headline says threaten to gun down, what we know for sure is that the aggression was high enough to scare people in the court. Journalists were harassed, access was restricted, and for a moment, it looked like physical combat was inevitable. Imagine the irony. The man who used to supervise all these agencies as the AGF is now the reason they are fighting in public. But let's talk about the charges because they are heavy. The EFCC is accusing Malami and his family of using companies like Metropolitan Autotech Limited and huge property acquisitions in Abuja, Kano, and Kebbi to launder billions of naira. They allege that between 2015 and 2025, covering his entire tenure as Justice Minister, these funds were moved and disguised. Malami, of course, has pleaded not guilty. His lawyer, the heavyweight Joseph Daudu, SAN, argued passionately for bail, citing Malami's status as a senior lawyer and former public officer. But the EFCC lawyer, Ekele Ihanacho SAN, fought back hard, insisting that Malami is a flight risk and could intimidate witnesses if released. The judge has now put everything on pause until January 7th. So for the next few days, Malami, his wife, and his son will remain guests of the state at Kuje. It's a stunning fall from grace. Just a few years ago, Malami was the one signing the papers. Now he's the one waiting for a judge to sign his release warrant. The clash in court just adds a layer of danger to an already volatile situation. If the agencies can't agree on who guards him, what happens if he actually gets bail?
I want to ask you, the viewer, what do you make of this show of force between the EFCC and the prison service? Is it just a professional disagreement, or is there a deeper power play happening here? And do you think Malami will be granted bail on January 7th, or will the Kuje 3 remain behind bars? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to read your take on this national embarrassment. As we wait for Wednesday, the tension is only going to build. The EFCC is clearly not playing games, and the NCoS is asserting its statutory powers. We will be at the court on January 7th to bring you the ruling live. Will Malami walk free, or will the Kuje 3 remain behind bars? If you found this update explosive and informative, please smash that like button. Let's get this video to 5,000 likes to show that Nigerians are watching. And if you are not yet a subscriber, click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. You need to be here as we follow every twist in this high-profile case.